Alrighty, everybody. Hello, and welcome. How's everyone doing today? I hope I find you all well. Today is Wednesday, September 23rd, 2020. I'm Darkside Phil. I welcome you to the first of two gameplay streams for the day. A full day of fun streaming here today to start the week. A nicely disinfected office. I just went through my office and disinfected everything with disinfectant wipes. Oh, crap. I didn't reseal them. Hold on. Shit. Wait a minute. I want these wipes to last a long time. I can't leave them out drying out. Let me put them back into their plastic bag here. Hold on. Yes, my new cleaning regimen, ladies and gentlemen. Very important. Remember, they say cleanliness is godliness, don't they? Yes. It's not just a saying. It actually has meaning. Yes, I just used disinfectant wipes to wipe my my whole office here. And so everything should be disinfected. I'm sure every week I forget like one or two things. But that's the thing. If you're wiping down everything every week, then it shouldn't matter because you're going to eventually catch everything, every other week or so. You know what I mean? And, I wasn't cleaning at all, admittedly. I wasn't really cleaning much, if at all, in my office for years. I know that sounds bad because it was. But now, since this year I got ear infections twice, I've had enough of that baloney. I'm not going to get those anymore. I'm going to be cleaning once a week fully with the disinfectant wipes, wiping everything down. Okay? Excuse me, including, fully into the ear cups and everything. So, I am back. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday was my day off. Today I have returned for a full week of streaming. What a week we've got. We've got continuing fun playthroughs, late night chill streams. We got new playthroughs starting up this week. And we also got a special event on Sunday. This is a good variety week to kind of head into the very end of September. September is for about one more week, and then we head into October, and I have some good news in regards to the month of October. For those of you who are longtime viewers, you know that every year I usually... What the hell? I'm stuck in my chair here. I usually decorate my office for the month of Halloween. The month of Halloween. Well, it's not really a month. It's supposed to be a day, October 31st, but I love horror. I love horror games. I love horror movies. I love getting into the festivities of October and Halloween. So I decorate my office, and also I change things on the streams. As you remember, I have some Halloween-themed animations that I use, and Halloween-themed overlays. When it comes to, I change it to the orange color for the month, and it's really cool. For a month, we all have a lot of fun. Okay? So, I am excited. Yesterday, I went out with my wife during my day off, and we got some new decorations for the office for this year. I think you guys will be pleased with the decorations that I got. They're going to be pretty neat, and I'm excited for them. But, I have to still go out and figure this out, because here's the thing. Decorations are one thing, but this year, as you know, just a couple weeks ago, I redesigned my office setup, and I no longer have a couch in here, or love seat as I termed it, because it was only two cushions, so technically it was a love seat, not a full couch. I used to always have stuff laying on the love seat. Remember, I had the skull candle, bone meal the skeleton, potion, the Halloween cat, among other things that would be placed up on the back of the love seat on camera. It would look really nice, but I don't have that anymore. So this year, what I got to figure out is how do I place things behind me? Because now I actually have room behind me to place things. But how do I do that? I have to bring like stands or, something in here. Maybe a stool to put stuff on top of. Okay? So I'm not going to spoil what I got yesterday because I actually got some really nice decorations that I'm going to be putting up next week. Once October hits, that's when the Halloween decorations come out. We convert the streams over to Halloween horror mode starting next week, okay? But I don't have things yet in place to put the decorations up. So next week, this week was basically get decorations. Next week it's going to be, can I find like a couple small stools or a stand or something I can put behind me here to position all the decorations nicely for the month of October, Okay? Now, some people are screaming for a green screen. Well, you can scream to your heart's content until you lose your voice. We're not doing green screen anytime yet. What I'm thinking is this. Let's ride out the hardcore gaming season. Let's not do any major changes to my setup or anything right now because we're in the midst of a very busy gaming season. Every week we got multiple major releases coming out. And I don't want to screw stuff up. Let's put it that way. Okay? I know that implementing a green screen is something that's going to be some work. I'm going to have to figure out how to make it work in OBS. I'm probably going to have to tweak the lighting in my office to make it so that the lighting is good enough so there's not shadows behind me and it makes it look terrible. You know? Like, I know it's going to be something that has a learning curve, okay? And I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with learning how to do it. Just not during the busiest gaming season of the year. You know, I need to be able to be here consistently every day pumping out gameplay for you guys, playing the hot new releases, unboxing the new console. You know what I mean? Throwing another factor into the mix at this point would not be a good idea. It would be like, why add a new variable to things when you need to be here the most consistently? You know, for example, let's say January comes and it's pretty slow and there's not a lot going on. All right, I can mess around with a green screen for like a week, right? And then, you know, if it looks like shit half that week, doesn't really matter. I'm doing downtime games or whatever. You see what I mean? What I'd like to do is for this year, do the following, do the usual decorations like I do for Halloween and for Christmas. Have those months be normal months. And then maybe once those holidays are over, then I could start messing around with new equipment. You see, I consider green screen, maybe a new webcam, that kind of stuff, once the new year hits. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And by the way, I never said that I was going to be doing anything like that earlier anyway. I said I was going to work towards it. You know, and the first step was getting that love seat out of here, which thank God I did because now I have the room to do this stuff. But I want consistency. I want us to have fun. You guys seem to like when I do the holiday festivities here in the office every year. People say they really enjoy that how I get into the holidays and everything, and I agree. I love doing that. So that's what we're doing. All right. So please, enough clamoring for the green screen. I have people tweeting me on my day off. Hey, you gonna put up a green screen? Like, what? Why are you bothering me on my... I'm not even on fucking stream today. And you're tweeting me about a green screen. The fuck's your problem? Relax. People just don't know how to relax. They don't. They don't know how to relax. They need to learn how to relax. You know? But anyway. So that's the deal. Got some decorations yesterday, and next week I'm looking to get like stools or stands or something to put some of these on so you could actually see them on camera. And then the holiday festivities for Halloween month will begin once October hits, okay? Speaking of, you know, a holiday season, the fall has begun here officially. It is autumn now. It began yesterday, actually, here in the United States. And the weather has immediately changed. Like, no lie, we've got cooler temps, probably went down by about 10 degrees, rain, and clouds today. So it's very cool. In fact, I need to have my light on in the office because there's no sunlight outside, so I need the light on or else it would be very dark in here. You know, on camera, you wouldn't even be able to see me. So this is cool. It's a nice, cool fall temperatures. I got the fan blowing. Feels good. This is what I told you guys. I love this time of the year for streaming because not only are we playing constant new games, which is awesome. I absolutely love playing new releases. But and in addition, on top of that, the nice relaxing weather, you know, from the months of, say, March, April, all the way through just last week, I had to have that air conditioner on and blasting. Because if I didn't have it on and blasting, it ended up being super stuffy in here, too hot, uncomfortable, and as much as it's cool in here, it's also not very clean air. You know what I mean? Like, the air is just yuck. It's the same stale air kind of regurgitated in the room while I'm streaming all day. And I don't like that. I'll be honest with you guys. I really don't enjoy that. I prefer open air. And now, this month of September, all the way through, you know, April of next year, 6-7 straight months, I get to have fresh air in the office. And since I'll now be cleaning the office regularly, right, that means way less dust. And this is a good thing. I just shampooed the carpets in here I shouldn't say that. My wife shampooed the carpets in here. I'm not going to take credit for that. She did a lot of hard work because this office was absolutely fucking disgusting. And she shampooed. You should have seen. You guys seriously wouldn't believe it. It looked like creatures were, like entire furry creatures were coming out of the ground. It looked like Night of the Living Dead. Like things were coming out of the floor. What the fuck? It was nuts. It was 6 years of dirt, grime, dust. Disgusting. It all came up like, oh my god, I was breathing that every day. Gee, I wonder why my sinuses are all fucked up constantly, right? Admittedly, another big reason is Jasper, because I get the feeling I do have some partial cat allergies. I woke up this morning. Now today was cool, right? Very cool. It's raining. I left the bedroom window open when I went to sleep. I wake up this morning and all my sinuses are inflamed. I'm like, why are my sinuses inflamed? It's like clean air. I'm like, you know what it is? Probably Jasper. He's sleeping right next to us. And I probably, have some allergies with him. There's nothing you can do about that. So, it is what it is. But the air in here is nice. It's a cool, hardcore gaming season of the autumn. It's very nice. I'm enjoying this right now a lot. Okay? Now, first of all, let's talk about schedule. Let's talk about the gaming schedule for the week so you guys would know what to expect. Then I want to talk a little bit about the recent contributions that have been coming in, because I am grateful, but of course I am skeptical, and I do want to address the first day of the week back. Let's talk a little bit about it so everyone knows what's going on with that. All right. And then we'll talk about the gaming news, which of course is the launch of the Xbox Series X and S pre-orders. Oh yeah. That was a great smooth process, wasn't it? Wow, Microsoft really had room to make fun of Sony the way that they did for the last week. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a moment. All right, so let's talk about the schedule for the week. Today, Super Mario Galaxy continues. I've played 2 sessions of it. I really enjoyed the game. I knew I would because I knew it was a great game. But I don't remember a lot of it. Like the stuff I'm doing now, I don't recall any of it. Seriously, like I don't remember an Ice Mario and all of this. I don't even know if I had found this stuff in my first playthrough, because if you remember, 8.5 years ago, I was a much different kind of content creator when I did stuff full-time for YouTube. I was pretty much rushing through and trying to beat stuff in the quickest possible time so I could move on to other stuff. I didn't take my time to try to get every star. I didn't look for every secret, get every power-up, etc. I basically rushed through everything. Let's be honest here. Okay? So, that being said, I'm having fun with it. This playthrough is very different. I am having tons of fun because I'm looking for all the content, I'm going back to the stages, doing the comet runs and everything, which is really cool and neat. You guys are helping me because you're giving me advice on what exactly I should be doing in the game and how to go about it. If there's hidden stuff or whatever, you're explaining stuff to me, which is great. And I really do appreciate that. It helps a lot. It's a much different experience doing a fun interactive stream with direct capture today than off stream, no interaction with the viewing audience, with a camera pointed at my television, flubbing my way and rushing through the game, 8.5 years ago. Way different experience. I really like the game, so hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm certainly not the best player. At the same time, I am, so far getting every star. So that's a good thing, right? I hope you've been enjoying the playthrough. Thanks to those who've been hanging out and supporting the streams. There should be a fun one today as well, okay? Now, later tonight, we're going to have a much more chill stream. Later tonight, it's a continuation of Batman Return to Arkham City. Now, you may say, wait a minute, I thought you just beat that last week. Well, I did, but the game has significant amount of side content to the point where there's really, unless you get distracted during the course of the story playthrough, there's really no way you're going to be doing all the side content during that run, So, tonight, I'm going back in, and I'm looking for Riddler trophies. I gotta try to get the Riddler trophies and unlock the next Riddler puzzle room, or solve the Riddler's riddles that are hidden throughout the world, okay? And also, I'm looking for Azrael. People are like, oh, he could appear in one of 3 areas, so I looked last time, I couldn't freaking find him. So I'm not sure where the hell he's hiding. I guess we'll try to see. We'll try to figure that out tonight. Should be 2 chill hours of Batman fun as we continue on with the Riddler stuff and see how far we can get. All right. Tomorrow, it's the continuation of Super Mario Galaxy again. Another Super Mario Galaxy stream tomorrow, okay? And then tomorrow night, it's going to be Fire Emblem, not Fall Guys. Fire Emblem Three Houses. All right, a 2-hour stream of Fire Emblem, continuing out with that playthrough. I really need to try to make a push to finish it, so I'm going to be trying to play it twice a week now at night for 4 hours of progress a week, so maybe I could beat it in the next month and a half. That would be nice. Okay, Friday, big new release day. On Friday, it's the release of Mafia Definitive Edition, a game that I've never played before. I played Mafia 2 and 3, but I never played the first Mafia. So the game has been redesigned from the ground up. Better graphics, better controls, improved gameplay mechanics. Basically, it's like a new game, even though it's the same plot. It's the new game. Okay, so excited to try this out starting Friday. I don't know how long of a game it will be. Mafia 2 is about 10 to 15 hours long. So you would think the original Mafia is probably about the same length. So I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun on Friday. Then Friday night is my weekly throwback session of classic Street Fighter. That should also be fun. Saturday, more Mafia. And Saturday night will be a fun session of Fall Guys. Yes, Fall Guys returns this Saturday night. And unless I hear from the person who was the top tipper, who I have not heard from yet, then we're going to go with the request from the second highest tipper from Monday night stream, who requested I wear the hot dog outfit for the entirety of the stream on Saturday. Okay? We'll see what happens. I haven't heard. What was the name? Like Shane Shine or something like that. To be $200. I don't know if it was legit or not, but they never contacted me. So if I don't hear from them, then the second highest tipper, Bernie Madoff, will get to choose, and he had already chosen the hot dog outfit for that episode. Okay? All right. Then on Sunday, it is the Rageathon event, a marathon event starting at 10 Summit in the morning, 10:15, running all the way through 7 to 8 p.m. Game after game after game, games that you guys nominated and voted on, games that you either felt were going to cause me rage, or maybe you just wanted to sneak in your favorites. I don't know. So here's what we got. We got Celeste, we got Jump King, Hollow Knight, The Quiet Man, and Street Fighter V. Okay? A good variety of games. So I hope you'll join me for that all day on Sunday. In addition, I'm making it official right now. On Sunday, it will be the return of Zombie Skittles. What that means is that every $20 that I raise via tips on the stream, I will eat 3 Zombie Skittles live. They'll either be absolutely delicious or absolutely effing revolting. They taste like rotten eggs. Okay, I figure that would be a good time to do it, considering it's the Rageathon. What better to cause me rage than putting rotten egg taste in my mouth, right? It builds up a lot of suspense to see what's going to happen. So that's going to be Sunday, okay? Then on Monday, we'll either continue on with more Super Mario Galaxy or Mafia, depending on what you guys want. I'm curious to see what your request is, which game you'd actually like to see on Monday. And then Monday night will be more Fire Emblem to end the week. The streaming week will conclude with Fire Emblem, okay? Tuesday I'm off. Like I said, that Tuesday I'll be out looking for like stands or stools or something to set up my Halloween decorations. And then when I return on Wednesday and Thursday, it's basically going to be more Mario and more Mafia. The late night streams will, of course, probably be like some Batman or some Fire Emblem, stuff like that. Friday of next week, we've got a giant release week. It is the release of Crash Bandicoot 4, along with the new Star Wars game, Star Wars Squadrons. Okay? So there's a lot going on right now. You're going to see how things go. It's going to be pretty busy. Now, here's the thing, though. After next Friday, well, not this Friday, but the Friday after, right? After that, there's actually a lull in releases. There's not much going on in the middle of October. It's about 2 weeks. There's not a hell of a lot going on in October at all. All right? But then, at the end of the month, there's a ton. There's like 3 or 4 big releases near the end of October. So the good news is I will have time to focus in on Mario Galaxy and finish it up, to focus in on Mafia, to focus in on Crash and Star Wars Squadrons, and not say, oh no, now I have 4 games going, I have no time to play them. No, actually, the contrary, I'm probably going to have a lot of time to play them, because there's really nothing else going on in releases in the middle of the month. Okay? So actually, it kind of works out, and I'm pleased with that. Because if there were non-stop releases this month, I'd be boned. I don't know how I would play them all. I would basically have to drop all my late night streams, right? Which I don't like doing. I like doing Street Fighter, Fall Guys, Fire Emblem. They've all been fun. I don't want to just drop them all out of nowhere, all right? So good stuff, right? I hope that you guys have been enjoying everything recently. I hope that this sounds good to you. All right. It sounds good to me, the variety, right? It's good stuff happening. Now, a couple other things. Please continue to nominate games for the upcoming Halloween Marathon. You can do that by typing !marathon into the stream chat. They do not have to be horror-themed games, although horror-themed games, you know, would definitely make sense for a Halloween Day Marathon. In addition, please keep voting on the class of costume you'd like to see me wear during the Halloween Marathon. You can do that by typing !costume into the stream chat, okay? Your input is very important for the October events. It really is. I need that input so that I know what to do and what to look for when I'm out and about looking for costumes and stuff. I want to know what exactly I should be leaning towards, and I need your direction. All right? Good stuff. All right. So, folks, let's now talk about the elephant in the room. The fact that in the last week, a ridiculous amount of support has come in on my streams to the point where normally I just say, oh, wow, that's amazingly positive. That's great. This is all good. But it's actually to the point of skepticism at this point. Okay? Because it's sometimes, if it seems too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. You know what I mean? So in the last week, just to give you guys some perspective, multiple $100 tips from some company called Newbridge LLC that I've never heard of. I don't know anything about. Don't know who they are. You know, it doesn't make sense that someone named Newbridge LLC would come into my streams out of nowhere and be tipping me like $100 for 3 straight days, right? It's just crazy. Then, on the late streams, 3 streams in a row, we get someone named Overpowered Boone, who obviously knows my content because that is a meme from my Fallout New Vegas playthroughs. That Boone was the most overpowered companion. I even play a song on pre-streams about Boone that's, you know, in that meme. So, obviously this is someone who is aware of myself and my content. This isn't just some nobody coming in here trolling. This is someone who knows my stuff. They have done not 1, not 2, but 3 100,000-bit cheers in the last week. That has propelled them to being the 2nd highest cheerer ever on my channel within half of a week. Okay? That's crazy. And if these holds, this is going to be a tremendous amount of support. It's going to help me next month because cheering takes about a month to process, and then once you actually get the positive benefit from it, like, oh my god, if these cheers hold up, this will help me tremendously for the end of the year. This is going to help me afford all the games. This is going to help me afford the PS5. This is going to help everything. You know, it's going to be really good if this is real. All right. Now, in addition to that, on Monday, I got a $1,200 tip from someone on my first stream claiming that they received a stimulus check from the government and they wanted to basically pay it forward to me. To which I'm like, that doesn't make sense at all anyway, because stimulus checks went out months ago. No one is getting a stimulus check now. So this doesn't make any sense at all. This person would be saying this. In addition, they said clearly in their message of the tip, oh, this is not a chargeback. And I'm like, why would someone have to call that out? If you're an actual fan of my content, you watch the stuff, you support the streams, right? Why would you say something like that in your message, okay? So I'm just kind of shrugging and be like, this doesn't seem legit to me. In addition, during my Fall Guys stream on Monday night, I received another $200 tip from someone I've never heard of, and they did not contact me because here's the thing. The top tipper of the Fall Guys streams gets to pick what outfit I wear during the next Fall Guys stream. So I said, oh, you're the top tipper, you know, reach out to me, let me know what outfit. They didn't contact me. So all these I mean, just think about this. Like several $100s of tips from Newbridge LLC, a $1,200 tip during the first stream, a random $200 tip during the late stream, and 3 cheers for 100,000 bits each over the course of 3 days. Something's going on here. I don't know if any of these are legit. Okay, I don't. What I'm thinking is someone's trying to mess with me. All right. Now here's the thing. Some of these may be legit. And that's amazing. And I just want people to understand that if you are one of these people who contributed during one of these contributions, I want you to understand I'm super grateful for it. But with all this going on at once, you have to understand why I'm so skeptical. You know, chargebacks can screw with my PayPal pretty big time. All right. And, you know, the way I'm approaching this is basically with these contributions, I'm going to do a wait and see attitude. All right. I'm just going to let them sit. And if they eventually are cleared, great. You know, that's great news that I get to keep that. It'll help me tremendously. But I don't want to go, oh, I have all this money, I'm going to go spend it on this and this and this. And then someone charges me back. And then all of a sudden that money will be reversed. And now my PayPal is you know, negative by a ton of money. Right? That would not be good. All right? At all. So the thing is, as much as I would like to believe all of them are real, I have to think some of them are fake. In fact, yesterday, during my day off, I get notified of a chargeback. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Let me guess, it's the $1,200, right? No, it was actually a tip that had come in about 2 weeks ago during just a random stream. It was like for $25 or something. And I looked into it. This is someone who had already charged back 2 others. So I sent the information to PayPal this morning, saying, here's the evidence, it's the same person, they've already tried this, and they granted it in my favor. They gave me the money back. I was like, yeah, that's good shit. So that was good. That was one that they cleaned up right away for me. I was like, nice, you know. But this is what I think, is that, sadly, these people are doing, some people, not all, because like I said, some of these contributions may very well be legit. It's just the people who are hiding their identities or whatever, they don't want to be known because they know trolls can sadly come after you and harass you on the internet if you support me. They've done it before. So maybe some people are just trying to be very, very positive and very supportive, but they don't want any information going out there who they are for the fact that they want to stay safe, right? And I appreciate that, and I completely understand that. In fact, I recommend it. I recommend if you're going to do any kind of a significant contribution to my streams that you hide your identity, okay? Pretty good. Protect yourself. Don't be harassed by online assholes, right? But I have to be skeptical, right? I can't believe that all of this that just came in the last few days is real. Now, I've been talking about the legitimacy of it. I would say the highest potential of risk is the tips, because tips can be charged back. I don't know exactly the time frame of how long you can wait before you charge something back. I can tell you that I've recently had chargebacks from July, so that's over 2 months ago, some of these chargebacks. I don't know if I've ever had a chargeback longer than 3 months ago. I'm not positive on that. But I can basically tell you, you know, it's very, very possible that these people can charge shit back. I'm being told now by Sung Kwan the chargeback period is 120 days, so that's what, 4 months? Yeah. So that would mean, you know, as of today, someone who May, June, July, August, so someone in May who tipped me in fucking May can charge back. That's insane, you know? So just think about that. I have to have this money sit in my account for 4 months. What's the word? Burning a hole in my pocket, as they say. 4 effing months, right? Poopster says, I think the longer it goes, the better odds of winning the chargeback. Well, here's the thing. If a tip comes in, right, and immediately gets disputed by someone, oh my god, I noticed on my credit card statement there's a giant charge out of nowhere, I didn't authorize that, versus, oh, it sat on my credit card statement for 4 months and now I'm just getting around to saying that this wasn't me. You see, it's less likely and it's very less believable. Someone's going to notice that charge, you know, especially if it's a significant charge, you know, earlier than 4 months. So, interesting. But anyway, the tips are the things that are definitely more susceptible to abuse. And, you know, obviously, it makes me, you know, a little nervous about what's going on in regards to, will these be legit or not? Would I like them to be legit? Are you fucking kidding me? Of course. I mean, that would be so much support. That would be absolutely outstanding if this was real. That would help so much. So again, if these are people who are legitimately tipping me, trying to help, you want to see the stream succeed, you want to see me maybe next year be able to upgrade my equipment and the like, right? This is all going to help with that. All right. So thank you for that. But I do suspect that a lot of these can be skeptical. All right. I got to be skeptical about them. A lot of these could be fake. Now, as for the cheers, I have never, in the entirety of the time that I've ever streamed on Twitch, ever seen a cheer be reversed. Never. Okay? And that's including good old pal Tutankhamun, who 2.5 years ago invaded my streams with a bunch of contributions, literally tried to make every stream about him, and then basically tried to charge everything back, including over $1,000 in tips he tried to charge me back, and then he tried to get back the subs and cheers. He was not successful in any of his endeavors, okay? I think you're a little bit safer when it comes to bits. Reason I say that is because the transaction didn't directly take place between you and a person. When you get, when someone cheers bits to your channel, that's a different transaction. They've already purchased those bits through a separate transaction through Amazon itself. You see, they went to Amazon, they bought the bits, completely separate transaction, and then they decide to use the bits on your account. That's a second transaction. You see what I'm saying? So, if anything, let's say some person were to do something really nasty, steal a credit card or whatever, or you even use their own credit card, buy bits, and then later on try to dispute them, right? The issue would be between Amazon and the person. It would have nothing to do with the streamer because there was no direct transaction. In fact, you can't buy bits and then assign them to a streamer. You can't do that. It's actually always a two-step process. First you buy the bits, that's one transaction. Then you cheer the bits to a streamer, that's transaction number 2. So I would almost feel safe about these cheers from Overpowered Boom. Almost. And the reason I say that is because we had someone come on here on Monday night who may or may not actually be Only Iced Coffee. I don't know. That's what I was told, that the person who was Only Iced Coffee, who had gifted me so many subs over the last few months, and that they had changed their name to new Dr. Tony something or other? So he came in here Monday night, and he says, FYI, I wouldn't be too excited about those cheers because I've heard that people can basically reverse it. That what happens is, let's say someone came in with a stolen credit card and bought a ton of bits and then they cheer them to someone. If it's within 30 days that transaction gets disputed, well, it's a 30-day process by which bits get accumulated, and then basically Twitch gives any kind of a positive benefit to a streamer for them. That's what I told you. There's always a delay, a stagger with bits and with subs. I don't get that immediate benefit. I have to wait about 30 days roughly, and then I see something good from them. But tips I get immediately, which is why I've always told you guys I recommend tips over anything else, right? So I guess there's like a 30-day wait, and if that's the case, it clears for 30 days. All right, then those cheers those bits are mine. Amazing. That would help tremendously. So we have to see what happens. But I guess what Dr. Tony Huge is saying is there's been cases where people immediately charged back the bits that they bought from Amazon, and if that's the case, if it's within 30 days, then Twitch can reverse those cheers. And so what I'm going to have to do, I know this is crazy, all right? Every day I'm just going to basically be looking at my dashboard here on Twitch, and I'm going to be looking at the results for this month and seeing, gee, do those bits still stick? Are those bits still there? Because if they are, great. And the way I see it is, as long as we get to mid-October and nothing's been reversed, then that's amazing. This, I think, officially it'll probably be the second biggest month I've ever had on Twitch. The first biggest was that month when fucking, King Tut was going nuts and was going cheering and everything and during the streams. And of course, let's not talk about Emerald 7 and the insane amount of gift subs he gave me, right? So those were 2 months definitely that were probably going to be bigger than this one, but still, this is crazy positive stuff going on. But the thing that I'll be honest with all of you now, I'm trying to open up a little bit. It's very, very, not upsetting, but I just wish that I could sit here and I could be like, wow, look at all this great positivity around the streams. This is amazing. And thank you so much for the support. And not have to second guess everything, Right now, my streams are doing very well. You guys are enjoying them. The attendance and support is great. We've had lots of positivity this year. We had the vest streak earlier this year. Now that the vest streak ended, the support has not ended. The support is continuing. And I really do appreciate that you guys are still coming out and enjoying the streams. It wasn't just about a gimmick streak of a vest. It's because you guys actually legitimately like me and the content, and we have a good time every day hanging out with each other. And because of that, many of you want to see that continue, so you support the streams. And I appreciate that. All right? I really do. You guys are helping me so much. But I hate having to be skeptical of these big contributions coming in. You know, it would be one thing if, like, okay, a $100 tip comes in from a viewer who I recognize and I trust, and they're very happy, like, yes, I love your content, Phil, I support you. Wow, amazing. Then I'd be like, yes, but when I'm getting things from Newbridge LLC or other names I've never heard of in exorbitant amounts, you know, it does make me skeptical. If anything, I am hoping that these cheers from Overpowered Boon are legit. If they are, that's insane amount of support, and that's going to help me next month, you know, once it all clears, essentially, and I get positive benefit from it. It's going to really help everything, seriously. Even if all those tips are fake, you know, this would still be, it would, you know, be so good. So I hope this Overpowered Boon, whoever you may be, thank you, and I hope that this is legit. I hope. All right? I'll let you guys know, okay? I'll let you guys know. I'll have to take a look at this stuff and let you know if there's any significant chargebacks. I'll let you know. And if anything happens with those cheers, I'll let you know. I'm going to keep my eye on it, all right? But what I'm curious is this going to continue? Every day we've been having big tips and these big cheers come in for the past, like, week. So I'm curious, what the hell's going to happen? Is this going to be a pattern that continues, or, you know, is it going to calm down finally now, which would be fine if it did? But again, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, all right? So FYI, guys, just so you guys remember, you know, tip goal today, $50, Gunner glasses. We raised $100, it's a vest, and I wore the, was it blue vest? I wore the blue vest, right? On, well, no, hold on a second. I wore the blue vest on the early stream on Monday. We did not hit the tips goal till the last minute on Monday night, and I tossed on the gray vest because there was no time to choose. Like, literally, it was the end of the stream. So today, every vest but the gray would be eligible. All right? If we hit $100 in tips today, you guys will be voting on the beige, the blue, the red, the platinum, and the camo. Those are some good choices right there to vote on. Okay? So there you go. So all that's still in effect, and I certainly hope that you guys will consider contributing if you like the streams. Appreciate the ongoing support. Okay? Rest in peace to Animal of the Legion of Doom, also known as Joseph Laurinaitis, his real name. He was a longtime wrestler. He passed away today at the age of 60. No cause of death has been explained, although, you know, infamous stories of both, you know, steroid abuse, drugs and stuff in their past. In fact, his former tag team partner, Hawk, died of, I believe, drug-related stuff. So it's very sad to hear because I used to watch Legion of Doom wrestle when I was a kid. They were one of the coolest tag teams because they looked so unique. And I remember when Hawk passed away that Animal kind of had a second run in WWE where he was tagging with people. This was over a decade ago, I believe. But, you know, he was tagging with other people and everything. Damn, this guy's like in his 50s and he's still able to do it. You know, go out there and wrestle at a high level. So it's pretty sad. But, you know, I don't know what happened. We have no details yet about this stuff, so. But rest in peace to Animal. Now, let's also talk about the other big topic for today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Xbox Series S and X pre-orders. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but I have to laugh at Microsoft here. Because Microsoft literally made fun of Sony. When last week, okay, Sony did their launch of PS5. And it was a major shit show because no one knew when pre-orders were going to go live anywhere. They just all of a sudden started randomly going live at different retailers at different times. You tried to put it into your cart and buy it. You couldn't buy it and check out with error. The sites were crashing. It was a major upset. Amazon, you couldn't even buy it on because you need a secret code to access the fucking thing. I'm serious. You need to have a secret web address link. Okay? So stupid. Very much a big chaotic mess. So Xbox and Microsoft are laughing at Sony, saying, ha ha ha, you fools. We're going to do it so much better. We're announcing our pre-orders go live at 8 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, the 22nd of September. Everyone now knows when they can pre-order the console. You can get it on our official website. You can get it at any of your popular retailers. This is going to be great. Ha ha ha. And then, of course, on Monday, what happens? The giant, crazy acquisition. Microsoft buys Bethesda, right? No one expected that. It happened out of nowhere. And it took us all by surprise because now, obviously, we know what's going to happen. Number one, Bethesda games are going to be under Xbox Game Pass. Number two, new Bethesda releases might be under Xbox Game Pass, right? And number three, Bethesda releases may end up being timed exclusives on the Xbox Series S and X consoles. So this is like a huge acquisition for Microsoft. $7+ billion to buy the company. Immediately, interest in the Xbox Series S and X increased exponentially. People immediately said, I wasn't going to buy it, now I want it, right? I'll be honest with you guys. Yeah, it kind of makes me want an Xbox Series S and X as well, but I didn't want to gamble. Number one, I really, with all this stuff going on right now, I have no idea financially my situation. I'm so confused because I don't know what's legit and what's not. So how do I know if I am actually going to have another $500+ to drop on another console? I have no idea. Okay? So, it is what it is. I don't know what else to say. It's like very weird situation for me when I don't know how much money I'm making, so I can't really, I can't say, I already pre-ordered PS5, I can't say now I can afford to drop another $500-$600 when I don't know if I can. Okay, that's number one for me. Number two, let's be honest here. None of this benefits the launch of the Xbox Series S or X because none of the games are going to be out for that. There's no exclusives for the console at all. Zero. Everything that's coming out for those are coming out for Xbox One. So there's no actual reason to have an Xbox Series S or X at launch unless you want to play a bunch of older games and you want to do Game Pass, okay, great. But there's literally not a launch title for the Xbox Series S or X at all. So why do you need it at launch? And the answer is you don't. I mean, I could wait till next year when the supply starts to catch up with the demand and probably get an Xbox Series S or X way easier and not have to worry about all this nonsense, okay? So I did not try to get one. But I woke up yesterday, my day off, and I said, you know what? Just for the hell of it, let me check social media and see how people are doing. So I woke up probably around 9 o'clock. Not 8 o'clock when it went on pre-order, but around 9 o'clock. Oh my God. Everyone, it's exactly the same situation as the PS5. People were sitting there for hours on end waiting, trying to get this thing. Oh my God. GameStop's not working. Best Buy says coming soon, can't even do it. Target, I got 2 of them in my cart. I can't check out. The site's erroring. Oh, GameStop loaded now, but now it's put me into a virtual queue saying eventually you might get one, but it's going to auto-refresh every 30 seconds. Let's see if you get one, and no one got one from there. Amazon literally went live and then immediately said out of stock. No one even knows if anyone actually bought one from Amazon. I didn't see a single actual screen print or grab saying that someone successfully pre-ordered on Amazon at all. So hilarious. So what happened is it was the same shit show as the PS5, even though Microsoft was so, the PS5 doesn't know how to do it. We'll do it correctly. And then it's just as bad. I wouldn't say it's worse, but I'd definitely say it was just as fucking bad. Now, to make matters even worse, apparently, brick and mortar GameStops, okay, only got 4 consoles per store. 4 total. That's not, 4 of one console and 4 of the other model. 4 total. So imagine lining up overnight outside of your local GameStop to try to pre-order the Xbox Series X and only 4 people got it in line. Right? What? Holy Testicle Tuesday. That is crazy bad, Now, I'm sure maybe that's not the 100% experience everyone had. Maybe some people were able to luck out and get an Xbox right away online. Maybe some people went to their local GameStop and it was a high volume GameStop and they were told, oh, we have 8 consoles instead of 4. But it's exactly the same as the PS. There was no better at all. They had no right to actually, tout that their launch was going to be better and their pre-orders were going to work. They didn't. The Microsoft site crashed. Everything went horribly wrong. Okay? So something funny actually happened. Okay? Out of nowhere, there was a huge spike in the sales of the Xbox One X. Not Xbox Series X. The Xbox One X. That's the high-end Xbox One console. Okay? And everyone is kind of assuming it's for 2 reasons. Number one, because it was announced the Xbox One X is now out of production. And so they're not going to make any more. And since some people, are all about, I need to get an Xbox console now because of the Bethesda partnership, there you go. But in addition, how many people, right, wanted an Xbox Series X or Series S, couldn't get it, but they said, man, I want all that shit under Game Pass right away, so they just went out and bought the next best thing, right? So who knows what's really going on? The other thing is, a lot of people, I don't know if this is just a conspiracy theory but a lot of people are saying, oh, the reason this is happening is because of bots. People have now found a way to have bots, impersonate humans and rush to these websites at inhuman speeds and buy the consoles up. And it's immediate. You see right immediately on eBay, all of a sudden there's like thousands of PS5s and then Xbox Series X's and S's on sale on eBay. So it's obvious that bots bought them all up, right? I don't know if I believe that. Because here's the thing. Okay, if you exactly knew how this was going to go down, you knew what the website was going to look like, you knew the exact link to go to buy the console ahead of time, right? Then maybe a bot would have worked. Maybe. But every site, I can tell you personally from when I was trying to get the PS5, Target, Walmart, GameStop, Best Buy, they're all completely different. Amazon, they're all completely different websites. They don't look the same. They don't act the same. They have several different steps of order you do things. Sometimes you add the cart, and then you got to enter shipment information, and then you enter payment information. Some sites you don't have to enter payment information at all. Okay, like it's very, very, it's different no matter where you were going. So I don't see how a bot could have known ahead of time how any of this stuff was going to work. I think there was just a giant amount of, people who wanted this thing, and there's a giant amount of people who wanted to make profit on it. And they all rushed and they bought up what they could, and now you got people who are going to make a ton of money, reselling these things on eBay. Even though I don't think it should happen. Honestly, I think eBay should have an anti-pre-order policy that until you physically have the item in your possession, you cannot sell on eBay. And by the way, you can't do that with these consoles because no one has them because they're not out yet. I personally feel eBay should do a blanket banning on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X consoles. They should not be allowed on there. But that's up to that's up to PayPal and eBay to decide. So, the same company. That's up to them to make their decisions, I guess, on that. Anyway, another shit show. Another day of chaos. Gamers trying to rush and buy the console they want and they can't get it. I'm sure many people are disappointed, and I'm sorry again if you're one of those people who couldn't get it and really wanted it. It shouldn't be like this. This is supposed to be a free market. It's not supposed to be, fucked up supply chains and horrible interfaces to buy this shit. This is stupid. In 2020, after how many console launches, these companies should be doing much better, and they're not. They're doing, actually, I think it's getting worse. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. I personally did not pre-order one, and like I said, what I'm going to do is wait, and I'll probably look to get an Xbox Series S or X probably in early 2021 if I can afford it. Hopefully by then we'll at least have knowledge of what games are coming out for the damn thing, because personally, I don't see the value in buying it at launch unless you care about all the backwards compatible games, which I really don't. I'm in no rush. I have an Xbox One. I can play them on there. all the older games. I don't need the new console for that. Versus with the PS5, at launch, I can play Demon's Souls, a better version of Spider-Man Miles Morales, that Sackboy game, the Playroom, Astro's Playroom. There's at least 4 to 5 launch titles I know I can enjoy on PlayStation 5 versus on Xbox Series X. There's literally 0. Okay? All right. Let's get to shout-outs, everybody. Let's do some shout-outs on this morning's stream, shall we? So first of all, thank you to those who contributed during my day away. Let's get to that. Phantasy Star PG did 100-bit cheers. I was able to order a PS5 online because someone actually canceled their pre-order. It's sad, 40% of pre-orders are stolen by these eBay scalpers, and they take advantage of the pandemic and retailers not able to prioritize in-person pre-orders. Yeah, no retailers besides GameStop, I believe, were doing in-person pre-orders. They all said you got to go online. So, it's true. These people took advantage of that, and they're selling the shit out of them. It's ridiculous. I agree with you. I think it should be banned. Andy Dick tipped me $1, all right, and said, it was a body out, say do you remember, body out, dancing in September. They should have just called it September 21st, Earth, Wind, and Fire Day. Okay, thank you, Andy Dick. Golden Colts did a few cheers during my day off. First, he says, I woke up in a cold sweat. I realized I had not done an overnight cheer. But then a wave of relief washed over me as I realized that this is Phil's day off. Well, there you go. And then he cheered again. And then again, he said, have a good day off. Thank you for the cheers there, Golden Colts. I appreciate that. All right, Upscaled Man tipped me $2 yesterday. And he said, Phil, I love the streams. I look forward to them every day because it's something that makes work a little bit more bearable for me. But I've been watching you a lot lately, and it helps make life not suck sometimes. You're the man. Keep it up and stay safe. We all need you. Thank you, Upscaled Man, for the $2 tip. I appreciate that. And that was a very nice message, by the way. All right. The first cheer of the day was from Honest Fan, who did a 100-bit cheer. So let's get them up on the leaderboard here. Thank you, Honest Fan. Shit. Honest Fan says, you might remember a few days ago someone mentioned Sea of Thieves made over $1 billion in sales. Now Microsoft is claiming Sea of Thieves is going to be the highest grossing IP ever for them. Oh my god, I had enough of this shit. I really have. I don't, at this point, these motherfuckers are so dishonest about everything. Oh, our console launch is going to be better than Sony's. Oh, this game sold like this game sold like that. You're so full of shit. What's funny here is that Honest Fan says they're saying that it was the most profitable game they ever made, even over Halo and Gears of War, but yet they're not able to provide any numbers to prove that. Of course they're not. They'd have to admit that the vast majority of sales of the game are from that first week on Game Pass, and no one actually paid for it. That's not a grossing sale. Yet they're counting it as such because they're dishonest fucks. This is how marketing works. Basically, let me put it this way. They sunk a ton of money into the game, right? They did. They wanted Sea of Thieves to be a hit, and at launch, it was a stinky dog turd. So what they did is they lied by spinning the information and claiming the game was a bestseller when it wasn't. Everyone got it for free and stopped playing it. But they lied so much that people started to believe it, and then they legitimately started to go out and buy the game. You see? And then they actually did legitimately start to actually put good content into the game, but it took a while. And you see, and so now over the past 2 years, I'm sure the game is much better and probably has a lot of content and is a robust game. At launch, the game was a joke, but Microsoft lied consistently about the performance of the game instead of admitting that the sales were all through Game Pass, and people fell for it because people fall for marketing. You know? Anyway, that's why I don't believe in that shit. I don't play those fucking games. I don't, everything that I hear from a company like Microsoft or anything, they're spinning it in a way that benefits them. Eternal Napalm has resubscribed for 32 months in a row. He says, hey man, thanks for all of your hard work and all the great content. Are you still considering doing a generation in review where you give your thoughts on this generation and share what your best and worst games were? Yes, and let me explain how I would do that. That would basically be part of my year-end series. I'd probably do best games of the year countdown, most disappointing games of the year countdown, and a generation in review event where I maybe pick the 10 best and 10 most disappointing games of the last console generation. I might do that. I guess that would depend more on time constraints and how are things going near the end of the year. If I have not a lot of big releases, maybe in December, January, and I have time to do it, I would actually love to put that together. I would. It would take some time because I would not only have to go through the last, 7+ years of countdowns that I've done to see what I said were the best and worst games of those years, but I would also have to, take some game footage from previous years, more than likely rip my own videos if it was possible from YouTube, which I think you can. I think you can download your own videos now. I'm pretty sure YouTube added this functionality that you can go to your own video and then you can download it to your computer from YouTube if you own it. So that might be a lot easier, to do. But I might do it. I might legitimately do it. We'll see. What I would say, Eternal Napalm, is that's a great suggestion. Please remind me around December-ish, when things start to slow down with these new releases. Remind me of this discussion, and it's something that I think I would definitely be interested in doing. Okay? Good stuff. Thank you for the resub. 32 months of support, man. An anonymous sub-gifter gifted us up to Sung Kwan. Congrats, Sung Kwan. And thank you to the anonymous sub-gifter for the support. Xbox Investor tipped me $10. The preparation of the Xbox Series X pre-order commencing. Well, there you go. No, I can't pre-order it. It's already, those are way long gone, right? They actually said that basically they're done unless pre-orders clear up because of cancellations, that all the pre-orders are now done. However, apparently retailers are going to have more extra physical consoles to sell on November 10th. That's what Microsoft said on their official account last night. They said actually on November 10th, outside of the pre-ordered units, Microsoft is going to try to produce more and send more to stores so you could buy them in person. That's going to be the ultimate shit show. Because not only are you going to have people in line to pick up their pre-orders, now you're going to have more people showing up to the store to try to buy the console. First come, first serve. I don't know how this is going to go. I think at this point we should just... 2020, the ultimate shit show. Why don't we just... 2020 has been the biggest shit year ever. So we should just call 2020 the ultimate shit show. Everything this year is a shit show. Right? Anyway. An anonymous gifter gifted a sub to Pray for Rock. Congratulations, Pray for Rock. Thank you, anonymous sub gifter. Stealth Hunter 17 resubscribed for 2 months in a row and said, glad to be here. Thank you, Stealth Hunter. It's good to have you here. And thank you for the channel support. Jad F just resubscribed for a whopping 24 months. 2 years of support from Jad F, who has now earned themselves the very beautiful regal-looking crown as a chat icon for being such a long-standing supporter. Thank you very much, Jad F. I appreciate that. Last Rambo has cheered. He says, I understand if the date may not be financially convenient, having a green screen on the launch day of PS5 or Xbox Series X would be momentous. Why? Why? Exactly. People aren't going to give two shits about me that day. They're going to want to see the console. They're going to want to see the dashboard. They're going to want to see what's available on day one. They're going to want to see, gee, if Phil buys games, how long does it take to download? They're going to want to see everything. Like, it's going to be a full investigation walkthrough of PlayStation 5 on launch day. We're going to be checking out every aspect of the console, okay? I'll let you know my feedback on the controller, everything. Like, it's fully going to be explored on that day. Why is anyone going to care about the webcam? Why would you want a fucking green? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Lies vs. Soul did 100-bit cheers. Says the green screen would prevent us from seeing Jasper. Would it? I mean, the green screen would be behind me. So I'm sure Jasper would jump up on the chair behind me and still be visible. I think he would still be visible with the green screen, right? He's not way behind me, or the green screen would be behind him, see? He would still be visible. He would probably run around behind the green screen, too. Likely, if he was in here and the green screen was being used, he'd jump up and, like, smack it and shit. That'd be my... I don't know how he's going to react. I also don't know how he's going to react to these Halloween decorations. I don't know, man. Okay. Continuing on, an anonymous sub-gifter gifted a sub to Playcraft Study Adventure, and then gifted another sub to Dr. Cushman. Congratulations to both of you, and thank you to whoever this anonymous sub-gifter is. 2Bar King resubscribed at Tier 2, which helps me out even more, for 44 months. Thank you, 2Bar King, for the very long-standing support. Almost 4 years. I appreciate that, man. Let's see here. FBG Duck, resubscribe for 2 months in a row and says, keep up the content. Don't let the haters get you down. Thank you, FBG Duck. An anonymous sub, you have to give to the sub to Beefsteak Tomato. Congratulations, Beefsteak Tomato. Turgid Banana cheered for 8 months. Excuse me. Turgid Banana resub for 8 months. He says, I don't mind holding your hand as long as you have a firm grip and love me as much as I love you. Thanks for the resub. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Poopster cheered. He says, I find it pathetic console launches are still so poorly implemented when this is the 5th generation, and I agree with you. You would think by now. Video games are a billion-dollar industry. I mean, shit. Bethesda just got bought for $7 billion. You would think we could more effectively buy the fucking consoles. That they would have some kind of a system worked out at this point that actually worked and wasn't a broken fucking system. But I don't know. They have not figured out a single thing. It's kind of, I said this yesterday. It's basically amateur night. Both Microsoft and Sony should be ashamed. They haven't figured out a better way to do this. It is amateur night, and it's just free-for-all chaos when you're trying to pre-order these consoles. It's really stupid. Honest Fan, now that 110-bit cheers at Hype Train, Hype Phil, heads up for Mafia, lots of licensed music, great soundtrack. Oh, yeah? See, I don't know anything about the original Mafia. I never played it, so if it has licensed music, do I have to fucking mute it? Oh, my God, really? I don't know. I guess we're going to see on Friday. Excuse me. Well, that's the biggest cheer of the day. Thank you, Honest Fan. I got you up on the leaderboard there. I appreciate that. Cute Teacup. Resubscribe for 20 months. Thank you, Cute Teacup, for 20 months of support. I appreciate that very, very much. Golden Colts at 100-bit cheers. Says, I'm getting into the hype train, dude. Don't let the hype die. So I guess there was a hype train going on. I missed it. I entirely missed it. Seriously, I entirely missed the hype train. There was a hype train. I was giving shout-outs, and I guess it happened when I was giving shout-outs previously. All right, well, thank you to anyone who participated in the hype train. And enjoy whatever emote you received. I have no idea because I missed it. Snore Strap tipped me $4.20 and says, we all know it was Omnipotent Swaggins who gave you the big cheers. We do? Says who? By the way, I forgot to update the tips goal. Oh, shit. Hold on a second here. What happened? We got a $2 tip from Upscaled Man. No, that was overnight. Hold on. That was overnight. No, that was overnight. So you got a $10 tip from Xbox Investor. Okay, and now we got a $4.20 tip from Snore Strap. So we're up to $14 in tips. I forgot to count it. I'm an idiot. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay, so Snore Strap says it was Swaggins who did these big cheers. I've seen zero indication of that. Of course, he hasn't told me that, but I don't know if he was trying to hide his identity. I don't think he would. I think you are a conspiracy theorist. I think you're someone who, is trying to make stuff up here. All right, so thank you anyway, Snore Strap, for the $4.20 tip. Poopster cheered again. He said, I think your streams are doing fantastic in terms of content and positivity. Keep it up. Thank you very much for that, Poopster. Smegma Poo did a 100-bit cheer. What a name. Would you consider doing a Black Mesa Redemption run at some point now the game is finished? I remember you having some problems with the controls. You also used a walkthrough when playing it the first time. I could send a Steam key for the game if needed. Maybe. That may be something I'm interested in. I mean, can you remember how long ago that was? That was, what, like 7 years ago or something crazy? If it's finished, I probably would enjoy playing it. Yeah, I probably would enjoy playing it if it's completed. So, not now, obviously, but maybe something for the future? Yeah. An anonymous tipper tipped me $1.30 and said, don't read this out loud, so I will not. And I will just respond to this anonymous tipper and say, yes, I know what you're talking about, but I haven't had any time yet to do anything. So, just hold your horses. There you go. Shinra Recruit cheered said it wasn't a secret web address link. The link to pre-order PS5 was leaked 15 minutes before it went live. Stop acting like Amazon was trying to hide pre-orders behind a secret exclusive link. They were. That link should not have worked. What should have happened is they did not publish the fucking page to pre-order PS5 until it went public and then everyone had an equal chance to get it. Instead, they idiotically created a page that was a secret unlisted page. Somehow someone found it and they posted it all over the internet. So people who had, you know, who were following along or were friend of a friend got in there to pre-order PS5. It's stupid. They shouldn't have done it like that. That was asinine. Absolutely asinine that's how it happened. There never was a public page for PS5 pre-orders on Amazon. It never went public. Ever. It sold out before they had a chance to do that because they're stupid. Golden Cold Shirty says, Microsoft could have won the console war with a single blow if they bought the company producing Bug Snacks. Oh my god. I think you're right. Free Jerome resubscribed for 9 months in a row, 14 total. Thanks for the support. He says, I'm sure you saw a new Monster Hunter announced for the Switch. How much would I have to donate to get you to play it at launch? And don't worry, I won't mention it to the IRS. What the fuck? Nothing. No amount of donations is going to make me play a Monster Hunter game on Switch specifically. I did not play Monster Hunter on the PS4 because I played the beta of it and people hated it. I did a beta stream of the game. I couldn't even finish the stream. I'm not exaggerating. People were so bored, okay, of the game that seriously, they just, oh my god. Anyway, they were so bored with the game that I never played it again. Alright? I have no idea if I'm playing this game on the Switch. Let's continue. I'm getting distracted. Angela Bestia tipped me $10. Said, I'm going to write you an email about sending you British snacks. Please keep an eye out. I'm upset they're bringing out Devil May Cry 5 with Virgil gameplay rather than a cheaper, unique Virgil story DLC. Tired of Capcom doing this to Devil May Cry. Yeah, I agree with you. If they're going to do something, it should be a standalone DLC with new story. It shouldn't be the same game and just add a character. That's kind of really lame. I agree with you there. Thank you for the tip. Shinra Recruit cheered. He says, what you're saying is because you don't like Sea of Thieves and you played it, that no one has bought it, and they're lying about it selling well, even though it sold over 1 million copies since it launched on Steam in June alone. No, that's not what I said. Boy, you don't listen at all. It's undoubtedly true that at the launch of Sea of Thieves, the vast majority of people who were playing it got it on Game Pass. Microsoft used that opportunity to lie and say a bunch of people bought it. They said it was like the biggest selling game they've ever had. That's a lie. No one bought it. Everyone got it under Game Pass. It's a blatant 100% bold-faced lie by Microsoft to say that. Okay? But they did it. Now, what Microsoft did, they're very savvy. They continued to tout that game as their biggest game, and people said, oh, it must be good then. So people started buying it. Now, admittedly, much like Rainbow Six Siege, Microsoft basically took this opportunity to try to turn around a stinker. That game had no content at launch. Over the last 2.5 years, they have updated it over and over and added tons of new content, release after release. Apparently now the game has a lot of content in it. That's great. That's great. For people who want to buy it now, I'm sure they're enjoying it. And that's the thing. You see 1 million people bought it on Steam. Yeah, because they probably bought it and said, wow, there's a lot of content now. This is good. But at launch, that game was terrible. No one can deny that. I played it. I saw everything in the game in like 3 hours. You know? You can't deny it. But for people to defend it is they're just so stupid. Microsoft have been lying about that game since day one. And every time that they say it grossed this much money, all you need to do is counter it and say, yeah, but the vast majority of your initial sales were Game Pass, so you're lying. And they have no counter for that. They never will have a counter for that. It's funny, they'll never break it out to say that either. Because they know how embarrassed they would fucking be to show they've been lying all along. Lives for Soul cheered. 150 bits. He says, Seth Rollins confirmed Rey Mysterio is not the father of Dominic. Are you his dad? No. And I don't really care about these stupid WWE plot lines either. Thank you for the cheer. Blanca Balls to be $2. And are any of the Super Turbo releases based on the exact CPS2 arcade system, including the high resolution sprites and more frames, or is everything based on new shit? Why is it so hard to create same frames and speed of the game in 2020? Well, there was a version of the game in Capcom Classics Collection 2 that supposedly, this is on PS2 by the way, supposedly was trying to do the original game. Alright? But apparently there was an issue. The issue is that there was massive input delay. So when you push the button, the game would take a while for it to react. For some reason, it was a good port of the arcade version of the game, but there was monstrous input delay that was never fixed, and therefore that version was deemed not viable. I can tell you the PlayStation 1 and Dreamcast versions of the games were not based off the arcade version. They were newer versions reprogrammed, so those were not arcade perfect. Of course, you can always argue Super Street Fighter 2 HD Remix was actually based on the Dreamcast version of the game, so that's not viable. You see, every version has a problem. Input delay, runs at the wrong speed. There's never been a perfect version. Never. And that's why people to this day still argue you can only play it on the original arcade boards is the only real way to play and experience Super Turbo. Everything else is inferior. An anonymous cheerer did a 50-bit cheer. Thank you very much to the anonymous cheerer. I appreciate that. Okay. So, apparently I've received a $50 tip from someone named Random77. Okay? Random is correct. Because I never heard of this person before. Random77, huh? Alright, well, $50 tip. And, hold on a second. They said the following. What a beautiful fall. Autumn is a wonderful season. I love your quote. A beautiful description of the different seasons. Having a magnificent night. Take care of yourself and stay safe. Smiling face with smiling. Okay. Alright, well, there you go. Thank you, Random, for a $50 tip. That is the biggest tip of the day. Random77. Alright, so apparently we're up to $70 of tips. Again, here we go again, guys. I don't know what I could trust and what I can't because a lot of these are random tips, right? Ugly Tuna Roll tipped me $2. I currently own a house. I love it. Sometimes the HOA can be a total asshat. Do you have an HOA? If so, do you prefer to have them or not? When, the place I had in Connecticut had an HOA, and they were terrible. An HOA, so you guys know, is a homeowners association. They were awful. You would try to get help with something, and you would try to say, well, I need the superintendent to come and do this or this. There would be days before anyone would respond and show up. Yet, they would harass you for issues. Like, I would get a letter in the mail, oh, your toilet is leaking into the basement, and you need to fix this right away, or we're going to bill you hundreds of dollars. Oh, okay, so I need to take action immediately and quickly, but I can take days before superintendent will even contact me. I've always had numerous issues with them, with billing and shit. It was a nightmare. The HOA for the place that I lived at in Connecticut was terrible. Here in Washington State, we don't have an HOA. We actually have a board that are people who live here. The people who run this community actually live in the community. Therefore, they all have a vested interest to do things well because it's all our own money. If the money gets misused or screwed up, we all lose out because we all live here. You see? So this is much better. The motivation is to do things properly, have a budget that's good, not just rob money and not have things taken care of right away. You know? When I had a leaky roof, when I first moved here, within 2 months, my entire roof was fixed. See? Because there was incentive to actually do things right. So, it's much nicer to not have an HOA, but instead maybe have a board of people who actually live in the area that you're in if you're in a condo, because then people actually care and do things right, rather than just take your money, pocket it, and run the fuck away, which is what an HOA does a lot of times. So, knows nobody did 100-bit cheers. Do you think the Mass Effect trilogy is getting remastered or just rumors? Let me put it this way. There's no confirmation in any way, shape, or form that it's actually going to happen. It is all rumors, but I would say it's likely. We know for a fact that EA is not having excuse me. EA is not having another Mass Effect game be made right now. BioWare is not working on it. They were working on Anthem, and Anthem tanked, and they've been doing updates to Anthem. And BioWare apparently is also working on a new Dragon Age game. But Mass Effect is on hold. So what do you do when you order one of the biggest... When you order... Let's try this again. What do you do when you own one of the biggest franchises of the last console generation, but it flopped completely this console generation? You go back to the classics, right? I fully believe they're going to re-release those and milk them. I fully believe it. Okay? Crazy Mittens tipped me $15 and says, I hope there is a release for Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the horizon. Frankly, I think it's a much better experience overall. A lot of people have been saying that to me, and I don't know because I never played it. But certainly, yeah, I would love to play Super Mario Galaxy 2 as a re-release after, after I finish Galaxy 1. But right now, no word on that. Maybe next year. We'll see. Thank you for the tip. Very generous tip, $15. Always Hot Teacher says, how was your day off? It was good. Had a nice, relaxing day with my wife. It was a little bit on the warmer side because it was sunny, but it was still cool compared to the summer. We got a lot done. I bought a lot of decorations for the Halloween month coming up. It was a good day. Thanks for asking. Robert Evans 420 resub for 2 months. I love you, bro. Thank you, Robert Evans, for the support. I appreciate that. Shinra Recruit Choose. It's funny you called someone else a conspiracy theorist, but you want to say Amazon was intentionally hiding the PS5 pre-orders and accusing Microsoft of lying about. I didn't say Amazon was intentionally hiding. I'm saying the way Amazon did it, having an actual pre-order link that wasn't public, that leaked, was insanely stupid. It proved they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Okay? Microsoft has been lying about sales figures of CFTs since the launch. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's 100% fact. The day after fucking launch, they were claiming record sales. It's like, yeah, but they were Game Pass sales, you fuckheads. Microsoft has never broken out Game Pass versus outright sales. And until the day they do, they're lying. It's that simple. That's not a conspiracy theory. Oh my god. Anyway. Oh, let's see here. Well, a name that I really shouldn't say because it's racially insulting. This is a guy who tipped earlier this week. Stupid, white, and then the C word, which is insulting to white people and should not be said. Tipped me $20 and says, when I was 7 around Christmas, me and my dad went to the mall. We went to GameStop. They had a Wii display and a playable Super Mario Galaxy. This is the first time I had ever seen the Wii in person. I never knew there was a Mario Galaxy. There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've hit the tip skull. I seriously hope that, like, half of these tips are real. But thank you, guys. We've hit the tip skull. So that means you guys are going to get to choose a vest. Okay? Continuing on, last Rambo Cheers said, no offense when it comes to making claims, one has to provide evidence like your claims against CFDs. Sure. Go back in time and read all the news articles from the day after CFDs came out when Microsoft claimed it was their best-selling game ever when Game Pass launched the same fucking day. That's your evidence. I can't prove numbers-wise because Microsoft never released any numbers. They conveniently hide the numbers to back up what they say. See? But we were all here when it happened. I talked about it on stream. That Dude Ross resubscribed for 3 months in a row. Thank you, That Dude Ross. Darkside Kenny cheered. He said, you regret moving across the country knowing all the money that you spent on the moving company and mileage. Well, let me put it this way. Do I regret the fact that when I moved across the country, I put myself into monstrous debt to the point where it fucked up, 5 years of my life, and it wasn't until this year that I was able to start getting myself back on track? Yeah. That's very unfortunate that it happened like that. Do I regret moving? No. Dude, my life is so much better in Washington State. Everything out here is better than where I came from. As much as I might complain about stuff going on out here, this is infinitely better than the life that I left in Connecticut. It really is, so. Golden Colts Cheery says, do you think there's any point to buying expensive vodka? Are there government standards that it has to be a neutral spirit with no additives that make it anything besides a relatively odorless, flavorless liquid that falls between a standard of alcohol concentration? I don't know. I've never had expensive vodka. I think the best... Hold on a second. The best vodka I've ever had... Well, okay. The most expensive vodka I've ever had was Grey Goose. And what I could tell you, alright, what I could tell you is Grey Goose may not necessarily taste better than other vodkas, but it goes down smoother. It doesn't have as much of a harsh bite when you drink it as other vodkas. So if you're looking for a smooth vodka that, it has the same effect as other vodkas when it comes to getting you buzzed, but it doesn't really... give you that burniness of regular alcohol, Grey Goose is the way to go. But it's super expensive compared to other vodkas. So maybe that's the difference. Maybe it's not difference in like overall what's in the vodka or the flavor, but I don't know. I'm not an alcohol aficionado, okay? Tyler's Raid tipped me $13. says, sadly, I've never owned an Xbox, only had PlayStations, though a dream of mine has been to own one of each console machine for a gaming room in the future, surely. Well, thank you, Tyler's Raid, for a $13 tip. We're now up to $127 of tips on today's stream. This is crazy that we haven't even started yet. I got this much support. Now, do you guys understand my skepticism now? If you haven't been around recently, and now today you're just watching this pre-stream, and you're seeing tips come in from these people like Random77 and Tyler's Raid, you know, a name that I can't even say because it's a racial slur. Do you understand my skepticism at these tips? I hope you understand what I'm saying, you know. There's absolutely no way I can tell what's legit or not, so I'm going to count these, you know. But, alright, continuing on. Darkside Kenny Cheer, he says, do you wish the Streamlabs accepted Bitcoin? No. Angelo Bestia gifted 2 subscriptions. One to Dakroid99 and one to Kaz Kari. Thank you, Angelo Bestia, for the gifted subs. Glitch Craze is reset for 31 months. Says 31 month streak. Hope your day's going well. Thank you, Glitch Craze. So far, so good. Looking forward to Mario whenever we finish this insane marathon pre-stream. Okay. Sembrosito cheered 100 bits. Says Fallout franchise or BioShock franchise. One stays, one never existed. Which one would you keep? Oh man, I can't do that. I love them both. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the top cheerers of the week. In 10th place, Poopster420. In 9th place, Sweatyman JPEG. In 8th place, Spartan King. 7th place, Golden Colds. 6th place, Lice for Soul. 5th place, Hygienic Streamer Tips. 4th place, Shadow the Hedgehog. 3rd place, Thorax the Impula. 2nd place, Dr. Tony Hugs. And in 1st place, Overpowered Boone with a 100,000 bit cheer. Holy shit. Thank you to those who've gifted subs so far this week, including Lunaba and Ultima Cloud, who gifted 1 sub, and Angelo Besha, who has gifted 2. I appreciate that support, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, pre-stream's over. Let's take a brief break. I've had to use the bathroom for the last 25 minutes and been holding it in to try to finish this pre-stream. So let's take a brief break. I'll be back shortly with more streaming. Only this time, there'll actually be video games involved. Pretty crazy. Alright guys, I'll see you after the break. Thanks.